Why hard work alone will never make you rich. Imagine two people. Both wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. Both work long hours. Both sacrifice weekends. Both dream of giving their families a better life. 10 years later, one has built wealth, owns investments, and enjoys financial freedom. The other is still living paycheck to paycheck. So here's the question: if they both worked hard, why did only one become wealthy? For decades, we've been told that hard work is the key to success. Work harder, stay longer, put in more effort, and eventually, you'll get ahead. But what if that advice isn't wrong? What if it's simply incomplete? Because if hard work alone created wealth, millions of hardworking people around the world would already be financially free. Construction workers, farmers, nurses, factory workers, teachers, many work harder than CEOs and investors. Yet most don't become wealthy. So what separates those who earn money from those who build wealth? The answer isn't just in their jobs. It's in how they think. Today, we're exploring the psychology of wealth, and why changing the way you think may matter just as much as changing how hard you work. Chapter 1. The promise we all believed. Most of us grew up hearing the same advice. Study hard, get good grades, find a stable job, work hard, save your money, everything else will take care of itself. It's good advice, but only part of the picture. Hard work absolutely matters. Without discipline and effort, very few people achieve meaningful success. But somewhere along the way, many people started believing that effort alone guarantees financial freedom. Unfortunately, life doesn't work that way. Think about someone who earns a decent salary but spends everything they make. Every raise becomes a bigger car, a more expensive phone, a nicer apartment, a lifestyle that grows just as fast as their income. From the outside, they look successful. But behind the scenes, nothing is really changing. They aren't building wealth. They're simply funding a more expensive version of the same life. Hard work increased their income. It didn't increase their freedom. And that's where many people get stuck. Chapter 2. Income isn't wealth. One of the biggest misconceptions about money is believing that income and wealth are the same thing. They're not. Income is what you earn. Wealth is what you keep, and what continues to grow. Imagine two friends. Sarah earns the equivalent of $2,500 every month. David earns $4,000. Most people would immediately assume David is wealthier. But let's look closer. Sarah lives below her means. She saves consistently. She invests regularly. She keeps learning new skills that increase her earning potential over time. David earns more, but every month, every dollar disappears into expensive habits, debt, and impulse purchases. 5 years later, who is actually in a stronger financial position? Probably Sarah, because wealth isn't measured by income alone. It's measured by financial choices repeated over time. Money doesn't build wealth by sitting in your bank account for a few days before being spent. It builds wealth when it's directed toward assets, education, opportunities, or investments that have the potential to grow. That's one of the first psychological shifts wealthy people tend to make. They don't ask, "How much did I make?" They ask, "What did I build?" Chapter 3. Your brain wasn't designed for wealth. Here's something fascinating. Your biggest financial obstacle may not be your salary. It may be your brain. Human beings evolved to survive immediate dangers, not to build long-term investment portfolios. Our brains naturally seek immediate rewards. Psychologists call this instant gratification. Imagine receiving an unexpected bonus. One voice says, "You've worked hard. You deserve something nice." Another voice quietly suggests, "What if you invested part of it?" Most people listen to the first voice. Not because they're careless. Because their brains naturally value today's reward more than tomorrow's opportunity. There's another psychological trap called lifestyle inflation. It happens when every increase in income immediately becomes an increase in spending. You earn more, so you spend more. Soon your new lifestyle becomes normal. And despite earning more money than ever before, you still feel financially stretched. The cycle continues. Another powerful influence is emotional spending. Many purchases aren't driven by need. They're driven by stress, comparison, boredom, or the desire to feel successful. The problem isn't buying nice things. The problem is buying them before you've built a financial foundation that can comfortably support them. Wealthy thinking often starts with one simple habit: learning to pause before reacting. Chapter 4. How Wealth Builders Think Differently. Let's clear up a common misunderstanding. This isn't about saying wealthy people are smarter than everyone else. They're not. Many successful people simply develop different habits of thinking. Instead of asking, "What can I buy?" they often ask, "What can I build?" Instead of chasing status, they look for value. Instead of thinking only about this month, they think about 5 years from now. When they spend money, they often ask an important question: will this expense help create future opportunities, or will it disappear the moment I pay for it? That doesn't mean they never enjoy life. It means they understand timing. They know that delaying gratification today can create far greater freedom tomorrow. Another habit is investing in knowledge, skills, relationships, health, businesses, assets. They understand something many people overlook. The greatest investment isn't always in the stock market. Sometimes it's becoming the kind of person who can create more value. Because when you solve meaningful problems for other people, opportunities often follow. Chapter 5. 3 shifts you can make today. So where do you begin? Not by trying to become rich overnight. Begin by changing how you think. First, track every dollar you spend for the next 30 days. Not to judge yourself, to understand yourself. Second, learn one skill that increases your ability to earn or create value. Your income often grows when your skills grow. Third, before every non-essential purchase, ask yourself one question: will this decision move me closer to the future I want, or further away from it? That single question can completely change your financial habits over time. Small decisions repeated consistently create extraordinary results. Conclusion. Let's return to the question we started with. Why do two people work equally hard, yet experience completely different financial lives? Because effort is only part of the equation. Hard work opens doors, but psychology determines which doors you walk through. The truth is, hard work is still essential. Discipline still matters. Persistence still matters. But when hard work is combined with intentional thinking, smart financial decisions, continuous learning, and patience, that's when wealth has room to grow. So don't stop working hard. Instead, work hard and think differently. Because the goal isn't just to earn more money. It's to build a life where money gives you more choices, more freedom, and more peace of mind. If this video challenged the way you think about wealth, I'd love to hear from you. What's one money belief you grew up with that you've changed as you've gotten older? Share it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Wealth and Success for weekly insights into the psychology of wealth, success, and personal growth. Remember, the life you build tomorrow begins with the decisions you make today.